Hey, so I got, it was either an email or comments on YouTube or something like that when somebody said, did I see a Dr. Phil episode with a girl with anorexia? The answer to that question is no, because I'm too busy answering people's emails most of the time to really actually just look at things on TV or YouTube for that matter. And Dr. Phil, I don't really know who that is. I'm pretty ignorant, I've got to admit. And I can just imagine it though. It's probably some quack doctor is it one of those reality TV things, a bit like Jerry Springer? Probably like that, isn't it? And so they're just going to do that to sensationalize. And anyway, so the person who emailed you and me, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I didn't have it written down. And it might have been a comment, so I might not have seen it anyway. But I was saying that they said that it was all about anorexia or eating disorders are all about looking good and attention seeking. And I shouldn't laugh because I know that this is a really common myth. And also, when I was 16, before I developed anorexia, I probably would have said the same thing. Probably would have been like, it's just like some weird shit that people do to get attention. And how stupid would you have to be to do that to get attention? Because I was ignorant. I didn't know any better about eating disorders when I was 16, till I got one. Then I found out, didn't I? Well, first of all, let's look at the getting attention thing. Okay, so if I wanted to get attention, then, I don't know, I'd probably do something else rather than not eat food. Because even as a 16-year-old, I loved eating food, and I love eating food right now. So imagine if I was sitting there and I'm like, bored, my parents don't pay me any attention, bastards. What can I do to get their attention? I know, I'll stop eating. That would have been the last thing that I would have ever done. If I wanted to get my parents' attention, I might scream at them, I might yell at them, I might stay out late at night, I might play loud music in my room. I don't know what I would do. It certainly wouldn't be like, I'm just going to stop having that chocolate muffin that I really love. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Anyway, so attention seeking. I don't really know could an eating disorder be about seeking attention? I don't think that you could do that because you have to have the genetic predisposition to, if you go into energy deficit, to actually, for the eating disorder to trigger. I don't think that any person could just, from sheer willpower, override their biological desire to eat just because they were pissed with their parents or whomever else. And that's something that I did a podcast with a guy that was looking at the neurotransmitters in the brain, and that was one of the things that he was saying, even as a scientist. He's like, are you kidding me that people really think that just through sheer willpower and determination, people can override their desire to eat? That's actually what kind of the whole stuff that's my book and my philosophy, what I think about the adaptive famine and actually the anorexia as a migration response thing, because it's got to be something pretty fucking convincing, doesn't it? To get somebody to override their desire to eat, for someone's brain to actually see food as a threat and override what is one of the most basic and instinctual human desires, that's got to be something that's pretty fucking convincing. So, is it to seek attention? Oh, get a life, no. And what was the second thing she said? Oh, to look good. This is the one that always makes me laugh. It didn't look good when I had anorexia. No. And I know that I was aware that I didn't look good. I was aware that I looked pretty awful, actually. People frequently told me that I didn't look good, so that was helpful. Some people, and I always some people would say, "Oh, like, aren't you lucky to be thin?" I'd just be like, "You fucking think this is luck?" Like, I basically don't eat and run all the time. Like, there's nothing lucky. That has nothing to do with luck, sweetheart. It always used to slightly disturb me when people would say that to me, because I'd be like, really? You think this looks good? And now I know that plenty of people with anorexia have body dysmorphia, and they do feel that they look better. Here's the deal. Even if somebody has body dysmorphia and they believe that they look better when they're actually very underweight, which a lot of people's brains do to them when they have anorexia. Even if that's happening, the process of getting there, of severe food restriction and or exercise or purging or whatever behaviours, that is nothing to do with vanity. Even if you think that, oh, I'm doing this because I like the way I look. You know what? I mean, God, I even find it hard to paint my nails. It never happens, basically. I did it about 3 times about 3 years ago. I thought this was like, this is going to be the new me. I'm going to paint my nails. Couldn't even sustain it. Not for more than 3 weeks. And so I'm pretty sure that I would not be able to sustain starving myself and exercising ludicrously for 12 years just because I thought it made me look good. And it comes back to the same point. Even if someone did think that it made them look good, like, you can't override your biology to that extent. Like, you can't. Like, your biology will kick in and make you just want to eat unless there's something going on in your brain that's preventing that, which is the anorexia response, thinking, I'm in a famine, I've got to get the fuck out of here, and food is a threat to my ability to do that. And so whoever that guy was, Dr. someone, it's a shame that that's on TV, and it's a shame that television is perpetuating all of the myths that those of us who have survived or suffer from eating disorders know not to be true. The information's out there. You can't change that. People will just... It's sensationalist, isn't it? It's kind of like, oh yeah, they're just doing it. They're just doing it because they want to look good and get attention. Whatever, who cares what those people think? You know you. You know what's up. You know what you need to do in order to get better. Don't care what anybody else thinks. Don't care what Dr. Fred or whatever his name is thinks. You just do what you need to do.